we only have room for one North American team, and Snuts is coming off the bench. This is a man who's been able to do it on this BlizzCon stage before. Will he be able to do it again for Cloud9? Or is the Gosu crew going to be able to get their matchup against Wildcard Gaming? We find out right now.
We've been asking the question all year, ladies and gentlemen, who is the best World of Warcraft player of all time? Snuts is always at the forefront of that conversation, and Chanamore is wishing upon a cloud right now by subbing himself out and Snuts in the final stand for either of these teams.
Wow, I cannot believe what I'm seeing right now. They're putting Snuts in on Game 5 of the most important series of the tournament for them thus far, and I'm very excited to see what they're capable of here. This is a class match. Gorecki actually getting caught into a kidney shot out of form, already forcing out that Barks in there. Frozen Orb has to use Maldus come flying in. Gorecki could be in a lot of trouble here if he does not get away here. Ring of Peace used by Chun-Li. If he has Shadow Step to get back to him, he's on him. Here's the Vanish. Vanish, grow. Cheap shot, something. Lots of damage on the Gorecki. Uses that Iron Bark right there, doing everything he can to get away. Great job, Gorecki. Still in so much trouble. That Ray of Frost does land. Snuts using that cloak offensively. Here it comes, the Fulgur Road, looking for the cheap shot off that into the kidney on the trinket potentially if he gets it. Gorecki's still under so much fire right now.
Yeah, he comes off the bench, but Snuts' hands are warm. Scary situation as the Battlemaster falls. The trinket is forced. Gorecki will stay alive. Beautiful offensive cyclone. The entirety of Cloud9 are playing so damn good right now on this Rogue Mage Druid. Crowd control means Chun-Li and Smexen have been out of the fight for the first half of this one. Smexen hasn't used the anti-magic zone though. That is one cooldown they have to keep Gorecki alive, and Snuts is finally forced off the healer. Excellent defense from the Gosu crew to narrowly escape.
Man, I'm actually really surprised they didn't just run at him after that. He has no trinket, no skin or anything during that time, but it's okay. They're swapping instantly onto Chun-Li, going back to normal. They don't want to rush it. They don't want to risk dying. I totally understand it, but Gorecki still has not gotten away. Snuts is back onto Gorecki now. I kind of wish they did this 20 seconds ago, but now he's already had a chance to recover, but it seems like Gorecki's still under so much pressure, only has that Bark skin available. Good bash onto Snuts. Nice Nova. Oh my god, gets Ice Nova on the leap there. Snuts, can he connect with a full kidney shot? Gorecki doing everything he can to get away right now. Bash used by Cubsy. Gorecki in so much trouble if he can connect. Chun-Li doing everything he can with the disarms and the Ring of Peace, and Wealthy Man with those polymorphs. Great work.
I think this is the adaptation we need to see from the Gosu crew. Chun-Li, when Snuts does this, has to channel him. He has to be the guy with the Fist of Furies, with the disarms, stopping him, and then it's Smexen's job to keep Wealthy Man away, and it looks like they've made that adaptation finally 2 minutes into the game, excellently recognized by them, because for Gorecki, his heart was pounding. Now we see the smoke bomb coming in. Snuts once again looking to be that playmaker for Cloud9. He is very close, and I mean, for the Gosu crew, they just need to relax a little bit. They've got counter pressure. Wealthy Man, maybe he's going to have to trade out the ice block. He's being very scared here with the touch of death on him, but Iron Bark comes out. They're able to stabilize, and what a start to game 5.
Wow, Smexen actually stealing a polymorph there and using that on Cubsy, forcing that trinket out of there. Cubsy under pressure right now with no skins available right now. They want to try to get pressure back onto Chun-Li. They got to try to get something rolling, get the game back in their favor, slow it down. They don't want to try to push in right now when they don't need to, and wait until their opportune moment to actually attack here. And Snuts getting CC'd by Gorecki, doing everything he can to cut away here. Might actually kidney out of form there. Does get that bear form off. Snuts looking for the right moment to actually land that stun. Cubsy is now caught into a full leg sweep, getting connected on by Smexen and Chun-Li. Good sheaths by Wealthy Man preventing this kill here. And Snuts just chasing down Gorecki. Full bash does land. I'm not sure if the kidney shot's coming. Vendetta has been committed. Barksian has been used by Gorecki. Trying to kite away here. Good disarm by Chun-Li, preventing the kill right there. Going for the offensive cyclone. Keeping him low, keeping him still, and actually deciding to go for a swap on a Chun-Li here with the kidney shot.
Yeah, I actually think Gorecki might have shadow melded that kidney shot when he almost got caught out of form, which is an absolutely incredible baller play, and because of that, now they are able to survive the Vendetta. So really, really nice plays from the Gosu crew. I don't think we've seen that play almost all year. It's such a brave one to go for. We saw a defensive blind there also onto Chun-Li, so Snuts, you can see, he is committed to this strategy. This will be the way Cloud9 plays out this game, at least until dampening starts. They're going to keep pressuring Gorecki, go for that Mage Druid crowd control over onto the DPS, and ensure the long game, because if they can keep their health bars as stable as they have, we know how great Assassination Road can be into Death Knight in deep dampening. So that's what they're playing for. It's not an easy road, but it's the one that Cloud9 have been so good at all year long.
Yeah, it seems like they are really committed to this train the healer strategy. That is why Snuts keeps using that blind on a Chun-Li to try to prevent some Ring of Pieces, maybe a disarm, maybe the hamstring slows from the Monk. But honestly, right now, before the dampening is kicked in, it's okay for them to kind of, experiment, kind of figure out who they want to attack. But as dampening starts to ramp up, we really need to see Cloud9 focus in on who they really want to attack here, because these kidney shots will be become more and more important as time goes on.
Yeah, certainly. So we see another beautiful double leg sweep there coming in from Chun-Li. Chun-Li and Smexin have been so good this entire series. Now Cubsy gripped in, takes a little bit of damage during the asphyxiate, but nothing that he won't be able to deal with. Mighty Bash, they're actually swapping up their target. Maybe instead, no, just going for damage. It looked like he was actually casting the Hibernate, maybe trying to bait him out of form. DR kidney shot out of form. Nice plays from Snuts once again, maximizing pressure. Gurecki's dropping low. This is the Maldic push. So scary. A beautiful Cyclone forces out the trinket because of the anti-magic zone. The Gosu crew, once again, they will get away, but that was every single defensive cooldown.
Wow, that was very, very scary. Gurecki actually choosing to trinket dispel the Maldic there in fear that he would actually die without using it. So now any kidney shot that could land onto Gurecki out of form could be the end of him. So he is going to do everything he can to make sure that he stays 50 yards max range healing away until he has at least Bark Skin available. Now Chun-Li caught into a full kidney shot. No trinket available. Does that touch Karma? Does he get it off? Oh, so low. Does land the touch of Karma. Cloned up on it. Still so much trouble on the Chun-Li. Or can he follow up with Gurecki? CC on Gurecki. Full bash onto Gurecki. Chun-Li, touch of Karma following soon. Cyclone being casted. Does get stopped. Snuts instantly swapping to Gurecki, realizing he needs to go for the double kill.
Yeah, they're flailing right now, the Gosu crew. They're struggling so much. That's a full blind over onto Gurecki. Chun-Li has to play the best 30 seconds of his life right now. He started off with excellent kiting, and what a play from Chun-Li. He gets the ringer piece, but now they're going to swap the damage back over to Gurecki. He's caught out of form. Barkskin gets traded out. Smexin is caught up in a polymorph. Chun-Li is on the other side of the map, and once again, Cloud9 with clinical Rogue Mage Druid play set up the 3v1.
Wow, Smexin actually stealing a polymorph, which stops a Cyclone cast. That could have been very bad if he got that. Still, the Gozu crew in so much trouble. Gurecki has a lot of work to do right now. Chun-Li using that defensive Fist of Fury. Gurecki trying to cast, trying to live right now. Chun-Li needs to get Snuts off of Gurecki right now. Full kidney onto Chun-Li. Diffuse magic pre-used. There's the Tranquility used. Full bash from Cubsy onto Gurecki. Cyclone is being cast right now. Still so much trouble here. Cyclone actually onto Chun-Li. Instantly swapping to Gurecki. I think that's great right now. It's the hardest thing ever when you're training your Cyclones are being cast back and forth from Cubsy all over the Gosu crew right now.
I mean, the entirety of Cloud9's playing perfect. The entirety of both teams, honestly. Chun-Li at the preemptive diffuse magic, but they're just so far behind. Gurecki can't do anything. He has no cooldowns left. If Snuts is able to connect one more kidney shot, we'll do it. The Shadow the kidney shot, and Snuts is in the top 3.
Don't you ever put Snuts on the bench again! Some people are simply legends in World of Warcraft, and Snuts is one of them. Coming in the Game 5, securing Cloud9 a top 3 place at this BlizzCon. Cloud9, the only North American team left in this tournament.
The move with a victory against Method Orange. Of course, this is a repeat of the grand finals at BlizzCon. The meta's changed a lot. The move have been struggling, but they're finding their footing here in Summer Cup 2, and they're looking better and better.
Yeah, they're hooking themselves in a victory here against the move, but now in Method Orange territory, this isn't going to be looking too good. This is a very difficult map to drink, and I feel like on that last map, that's what they were going to play for if they didn't find the kills so early. However, they have shown potential to find kills far before dampening, which is quite a feat of strength against this composition, which probably has the highest dampening record, that Demon Hunter Death Knight.
So we were talking a little bit about why the move locked in Ashermane's Fall, and I think a big reason for that is Absurge can force Trill to overextend, and then that's when Peekaboo and WizK, they can find opportunities where Trill is kind of separated from Sea-Doo, can't heal him up, and they can make swaps. So on this smaller map, that's not going to be the similar story. Sea-Doo right now in Hammer of Justice is their follow-up crowd control. There's no damage on Mez, there's no damage on Trill. Great start here for Method Orange. The move have to start developing some pressure and momentum, but they didn't have to force out any of their defensive cooldowns just yet. I mean, WizK did trinket out to avoid that stun and try to free up Absurge from the Mana Rift with the Leap of Faith. And that's a consistent play we're going to have to see the move make if they want to hold on to Absurge's mana.
Yeah, I mean, they may even just kill Absurge. She's under so much fire right now here on game number 3. Holding on by a thread. Peekaboo stalls, but Trill gets the interrupt. Absurge even lower on health. Divine Favor comes in the nick of time. When are the move going to look to strike back? Because right now they are getting bullied around. They're going to need to look for crowd control soon if they want to start putting some pressure on the board. Do they go after Sea-Doo with no Gliders Battalion? Peekaboo sets up the kick. It could be a kick into stun potentially. Not going to go for the Hammer of Justice with the kidney shot already committed onto Trill. WizK is trying to develop some momentum here onto Mez and Trill, so that Peekaboo can then set up for the kill onto one of them moving forward. They silenced Sea-Doo. This was a scary moment in the last game, but it doesn't look like they have any follow-up. The crowd control change so far from the move I don't think they're on point as much as they were in the last game. Smoke bomb gets dropped. Trill's going to trink it out and dash to safety. However, that was not Vendetta, so the next stun, he won't have that Glider's Medallion to remove it and then use the Darkness, which could be an opening for the move.
We'll have to see if they can take advantage and capitalize on that situation. Trill definitely going to be vulnerable. He's the one that fell in the last game. WizKid getting a bit low. Divine Favor heal coming in from Absturge. Playing really far away, only really pushing in to get those Hammer of Justice stuns onto Sea-Doo. He gets gripped into a Fell Eruption, into a Mana Rift. Now Absturge is going to be slowly but surely losing mana. Method Orange, this is by far and away their favorite map. When playing the Demon Hunter Deathland, it's just so easy for Trill to maneuver basically anywhere, hunt down the enemy healer, and Mana Rift him out of mana as quickly as possible. So the move right now, they are definitely on the clock. And I'm trying to think ahead. If the move does well on large maps, there's not, I guess they still have Tolvaron. That would be one of the only maps that I could see going in their favor, like we saw in Ashman.
It's game over after that, even if they win Tolvaron, because they're going to go to Blackrock Hold or Dalaran Sewers. So the move have to win on one of these small maps. This is going to be the most difficult, so maybe it's not the complete end of the world if they can't win on Hook Point, but it's pretty close to it. Sea-Doo gets swapped to, but Trill reverse magics to silence off. Now we see the Glider's Maledict of Peekaboo. Peekaboo is actually just going all in. Sea-Doo's going to Ascendance to recover. Peekaboo at least nets a couple of extra cooldowns from continuing the chase. Now looking to set up on Trill, waiting until that Psychic Scream was fully ran through before going for the stun. Then Shadow Step interrupting Sea-Doo, reconnecting back to Trill. Mez is going to respect the Vendetta with the anti-magic shield. They grip Absurge into it. He's trying to retreat out of its defense as well as the attack onto himself. But he is basically out of mana at this time. There's more than enough defense remaining in the Method Orange cooldown bank, and so long as Trill nails the next 2 or 3 mana rifts in a row, I mean, it should be lights out for the move. Peekaboo and WizKid need to do something quick if they want to find victory.
Trill's on the run though. Peekaboo moving forward. He gets the cheap shot onto Sea-Doo. Kidney shot on Trill. Can they take him down? Trill trinkets. He drops Darkness. Sea-Doo into a Hammer of Justice. Method Orange backs against the wall at this point, trying to stay alive. Sea-Doo gets caught into some crowd control. Trill moves forward. He wants to start getting some damage roll, and they can't just play overly defensive. But right now, the move, they have all the momentum, all the pressure. The one thing Method Orange has going for them is the fact that Absence has a bit of mana. But this is a nice setup. Interrupt on Sea-Doo. Peekaboo single-handedly set that up with an interrupt on Sea-Doo. Kidney shot onto Trill. And the move, they're miracle workers.
Peekaboo, what is that play, man? They should not have died there. Trinket was still available. Spiritling was still available. The step kick into the kidney shot. Beautiful rogue play. This guy keeps coming up with miracles for his team. And the move a 2-1 up in this series, Z.
Again, he does it twice, actually, that game. So he gets the kidney shot on Trill and a step kick onto Sea-Doo, forces the Darkness, sorry. And then, of course, he follows it up again with a sheep shot as well there at the end, follows up the sheep shot with the Garrote. I mean, that was so nice. Here we're gonna see it once again. Trill, he's gonna drop pretty low here. He's gonna get kidney shot. He's gonna run away, and here comes the kidney. There's the silence, followed up by a cheap shot. Nice kidney shot there, followed up by the Garrote, forcing out the Trinket Darkness. Nice Hammer of Justice there from Absturge as well. On that Holy Paladin, throwing in the Maledict, making sure that Trill is taking so much damage here. And then, of course, Peekaboo getting the CDs back here. Trill honestly kiting Sea-Doo a little bit there before he's completely out of the woods. And then here again, we see the step kidney, and Peekaboo actually trinketed out of a Fell Eruption stun there when it was like 1 second left. Kind of had Sea-Doo thinking that he could cast there when he couldn't. And Peekaboo, he pretty much single-handedly set that up, honestly.
As we do head into Game 7 here, is there anything that you think about this matchup, particularly Super Tees?
Well, I'm still waiting for my moment, Adrian, but there is one guarantee in this game for sure.
Okay.
Okay, what is that? Someone's gonna win, right?
Yeah, someone's gonna win. Someone's gonna end up going home, right? Yeah.
The one guarantee is that Runes of Lordaeron on match point would be a fitting final.
Thank you, production. Thank you so much. They seem to have saved us a little bit there.
I didn't quite get that.
What was that, Sid?
Oh, well. I think he said that we're in for a great game here. We're going to be going up. Game 7, Sea-Doo and Jamili. They hate each other in arena. They love each other outside of the arena. Super Tees. I'm not sure what is going on right now, but I think we broke him for a second here. I mean, like you mentioned, Adrian, Windwalker,
I feel like
DH versus Rogue DK. I mean, this is literally the comp that chops up bears, so I'm not sure here.
I think it's fair to say it's going to be a fitting final resting place for one of these two teams. But yeah, let's get serious for a second here. This is Game 7 of the Grand Final in Summer Cup. So
this is really,
this series, like we've been talking about Rogue Mage and dampening and all these things throughout the day. This series has had everything except for Resurrects. We saw that, I think, when was it that
that was M2KC as well.
That was M2KC. I think that was that in the open bracket or was that last weekend?
That was
either way.
Boys.
This has had everything except for Resurrects. This game could easily have a Resurrect. This game could go any way. It's going to be so fast.
Can easily have a Resurrect.
I mean, it can have a cross game. It can have anything.
Disagree there.
It could go down to a 1v1 between Rob Cub and not Sea-Doo, because if it gets last stage, he'll be long gone. But Method Orange versus M2KC, what a series! And I want to get some smiley faces in the chat because both these teams have played astronomically. They've beaten the Rogue Mage Druid. They've played in the aggression strategies, and now we'll find out who's the best. Game 7 between Method Orange, M2KC. Method, if they win this, they'll have won all 3 titles on the day. M2KC looking to play upset.
Here we go. Someone is going to be sent to an early grave here on Ruins of Lordaeron. Who is it going to be? This is going to be quite a high-intensity game for Sea-Doo, most certainly.
Yeah, this is going to be an explosive match. Do not look away at any moment. As soon as Sea-Doo reveals himself, it's going to be an all-in pain train from M2KC. It's going to be up to Mez and Trill to keep him alive. If they can do it, I mean, obviously it's going to be great for Method Orange, but he's already caught in a kidney shot. Here we go, M2KC, they're looking to get aggressive early on. Anti-magic zone trades. Sea-Doo uses Barkskin and Iron Bark to stay alive through this initial assault.
Yeah, and that was also the anti-magic zone from Mez trades for the Vendetta, but Sea-Doo needs to make distance right now between him, Rob Cub, and Roasties. The longer he stays in, the more he's going to die. Rosita Jones taking a lot of damage here. We can see Trill is running that rain from above talent. Sea-Doo in huge trouble here. Darkness gets traded. That trinket overlap. It's not looking good for Method.
This is the Mew Mew Kitty Cat style, all aggression all the time, and they are going to outright crush Method Orange in less than a minute.
Yeah, okay, I was wrong. M2KC, that seemed like a pretty safe pick. They destroyed Sea-Doo through every single corner. We were almost saying that they were overlapping, and they just died through it.
So you still think that if he played right, he would have lived? Because that looked pretty hopeless, I'm not going to lie.
I'll tell you what, I actually really dislike Renewal on the rest of Druid in these picks. I think with Wild Charge, you can actually get away from these compositions. I think if you stand there and tank them, it is completely hopeless. So that's just my take on it. Either way, that was convincing, and M2KC are our champions.
While I agree, I feel like that matchup is really difficult for the Druid. He did not look like much of a player there, kind of just like a scared little mouse, unfortunately, for Method Orange. But Mew Mew Kitty Cats, what a great performance, battling their way throughout the lower bracket. And you know what? We're going to rewatch the entirety of the game with the replay and break it down for all of you. So here we can see Sea-Doo he's in stealth right now. He's kind of just sitting there counting his blessings. He knows as soon as he exits that kitty cat form, he is dead, and of course he gets gripped in immediately there. Trill, Chaos Nova, trying to deflect the situation. Sea-Doo using his Iron Bark, using his Bark Skin as well before the Hammer of Justice. So far it's looking good. Here, he needs to Wild Charge away from Rosita Jones and run as far away as possible here from these guys, but unfortunately he is running that Renewal. Going to activate that too, but is only going to absorb a couple of hits here from this unrelenting team of the Mew Mew Kitty Cats. And then here we go again, Sea-Doo in deep trouble. Safeguard procs, Trinket gets used. There's the darkness from Trill, and that is all of the defense for Method Orange. DR Sheepshot comes in over onto Sea-Doo, and he is gonna go down immediately.
Yeah, it is time to go to Nagran Arena. It's going to be our blind pick. We're going to kick it off. Method Black versus Wildcard Gaming, and finally, we're going to get to see the compositions which are going to be used in this first game.
Now, I heard backstage that Method Black gave Wildcard Gaming practice into the Rogue Mage Druid composition, and that practice that they gave them to be able to defeat Cloud9 could backfire, because if Wildcard Gaming can surpass Method Black's Rogue Mage Druid, it will have almost no answer for Wildcard Gaming. Method Black immediately attacking Looney. trying to pressure down the healer. Desperate first assault, maybe just trying to feel the water out and try and bait some cooldowns, but they're not finding anything initially.
Yeah, Wildcard Gaming nice and warmed up in a matchup like this. They just bested Cloud9 in a best of 5. Now for Method Black, we'll have to see what they can get done. Are they going to be able to find victory? Full Ring of Frost on Chaz. They're getting really aggressive, but unfortunately, Raikou is not taking too much damage. He does have the Temporal Shield. Blizzo leaps over. Are they going to be able to take him down? This could easily be an ice block. Paralysis lands over onto Chaz. He manages to deflect with the Iron Bark, and it looks like Method Black will be able to stabilize.
Blizzo gunning for that ice block. Counterspell on now on Chaz. Iron Bark's defense is faded, and Blizzo pushes forward. Ice Barrier going to soak some hits here. Chaz trying to make it back and stabilize. Blizzo polymorphed around the corner, unable to be dispelled. Looney pushes forward to get it. Playing very aggressive and in the face of Method Black. Chaz looks to jump over and initiate crowd control. Looney is cycloned and unable to heal. Morrow is in trouble, dipping dangerously low. This could be cauterized ice block if he's not careful. Looney catches the life cocoon immediately out of the cyclone, but they're shredding through it. Now cycloning Morrow low on health. Continuing the chain onto Looney further. Blizzo pummels it, breaks the chain. Kidney shot not going to be too devastating here. Good recovery by Looney.
Yeah, Raikou just playing very far away from Looney. He's not pushing into Looney to look for the polymorphs. Instead, he's dragging Blizzo out of line of sight, trying to get him caught in crowd control, the Frost Novas, as well as the polymorphs. This is an interesting strategy for Method Black. Instead of going for crowd control, they're just trying to bait Looney in the open, which makes it a lot easier for Chaz to really set Raikou up. And if they can get those consistent setups, that's when Morrow's really going to be in trouble.
All right, let's see what they can get done here. Mana, even at this point in time, 2 minutes in, best of 7 grand finals on the Grand Arena. Looney pushing forward, looking like maybe he wants to roll in for crowd control. Rolling into center field, Chaz is feared up into a full polymer. Beautiful coordination between Blizzo and Morrow. That is now isolating Raikou. He is avoiding the damage though quite effectively with Waz's support. However, having to use blind on the Warrior means that Looney now no longer has to worry about that crowd control as a threat, which means Wildcard Gaming can push down on that gas pedal and go.
Yeah, one greater Power Blast lands. They need to be careful. Morrow with that ability on the Fire Maid is going to be able to put out a lot of damage. There's a Stormbolt on Chaz. Is there any follow-up? Paralysis comes in from Looney. Raikou on the run, but in the meantime, Morrow also taking a little bit of damage. Both these mages could potentially have to use an Ice Block. Morrow unfortunately getting line of sighted by Raikou with that greater Power Blast. He's going to be able to avoid that damage. And now Method Black, they're looking for another setup, but Blizzo completely denies it with the War Banner.
That was sick play by Blizzo. War Banner reduced the crowd control of 3 abilities, but it didn't even matter. Morrow's dangerously low. Looney barely getting Life Cocoon in time to stabilize them. Raikou now on the back foot. Temporal Shield, how much healing? Bouncing back almost to full. Now we see Chaz out in center field, shadow melding a Stormbolt. Well done by Chaz, avoiding some powerful crowd control. Now getting some of his own over on Morrow. Raikou is still struggling. Blizzo is tearing him apart. You can tell that Blizzo wants this, repping a composition that is so peculiar, really, in terms of the meta. Have we finally found the answer to the Rogue Mage Druid?
Yeah, Wildcard Gaming, I mean, I don't even know if it's a setup necessarily. These guys are all just playing at such a high level right now. Morrow, Blizzo, Looney all on fire. But Method Black, they do manage to recover, and we basically have a reset of hit points at this point in the game. We got about 1 minute and 20 seconds before dampening is elapsed, and we'll have to see Morrow now into a Cyclone. Chaz really just trying to control up the game as Looney pushes forward. Kidney shot onto Morrow, big damage. This could easily be the cauterize. Looney has to get out of the polymorph. Are they going to be able to break up the crowd control chain? They do manage to do so. Looney still holding on to that Life Cocoon, able to easily top off Morrow.
Greater Pyroblast being casted by Morrow. Raikou gonna line of sight it, but Chaz is counterspelled. Blizzo's coming out of polymorphs. He's gonna be chopping Raikou up pretty quick here. Meteor comes crashing in. Chaz Iron Parks stabilizing Raikou for now. Chaz desperately looking for Cyclones to stall out the damage and buy time to heal, but he is expending a tremendously larger amount of mana than that of Looney, and potentially Wildcard Gaming have a win condition off of that if they can prevent him from drinking. Looney, he's moving in. He secures the leg sweep, stunning up Raikou and allowing his team to go to town.
Yeah, big damage over onto Raikou, but it looks like he will be able to survive. And now it's an interrupt on Morrow with a full blind on Looney. Method Black, they want to try to get that ice block. Can they do so? War Banner drops down. Blizzo
beautiful.
The zap once again. Blizzo with beautiful plays to keep his team in the fight, but Morrow still barely holding on. That is going to be the Life Cocoon trading out for Wildcard Gaming. That was a nice setup by Method Black, but Blizzo with beautiful defensive plays shuts it down.
Raikou on 10%! Ice block available, pressing it.
at very low health. If I'm terrified, I can only imagine what's going through Chaz's mind at this moment in time. But Ice Block lead now for Wildcard Gaming. Mana advantage moving into dampening. And where was this Wildcard Gaming all year? They're playing this composition out of their minds, absolutely owning right now in game one.
Yeah, they're rising to the occasion. Raikou getting topped off. Chaz still struggling with his mana. Like you said, Sid, it could easily come down to a mana game in this matchup.
That could be it!
Ahead, full fear on Chaz. Raikou, he has the Cold Snap Ice Barrier. That might be enough to keep him alive, but he's forced into his second Ice Block. This is a big lead for Wildcard Gaming.
I think Method Black are regretting giving Wildcard Gaming so much practice. This composition is tearing in. They have every single advantage at this point in time. Raikou is stunned up. Big damage coming in from Blizzo. Chaz and a Polymer put on diminishing return. Looney now finally caught in crowd control by Raikou. Maro needs to be careful. He's going to activate Temporal Shield. He's absorbing all of these hits and going to heal it back, but not too much, unfortunately. Life Cocoon from Looney stabilizing him. Raikou's the one who's in trouble. He's desperate. He's spamming out Polymorphs. He's trying to slow down the game for Chaz to recover. We may see a swap to Waz as well. Chaz is interrupted. This could be the end of game one if they aren't careful. Paralysis to follow up. Looney's in position. No leg sweep available, unfortunately. Stormbolt is, though. Blizzo with the hard carry in game one if he's able to finish this. Dragon's Breath for 1 second, but 1 second may just be exactly what they need. Raikou holds on by a thread at 1% once again. Wildcard Gaming in the driver's seat.
Complete panic mode for Method Black, but Raikou does manage to hold on, and now they're getting aggressive. Full kidney shot on Looney. Can they take him down? Do they have the damage? Raikou wasn't exactly in position to get out optimal damage there, so Looney with the Transcendence will be able to portal behind the pillar and keep himself alive. But now, once again, it's Wildcard Gaming looking to get aggressive on Raikou.
Huge hit onto Raikou, even through the Iron Bark. Maro's Greater Pyroblasts are devastating, looking for another here. Is Waz going to disrupt it? Maro blinks in, Raikou line of sights. Blizzo continuing to march forward. Chaz is crowd controlled. Do they have further crowd control? They need a Stormbolt at this moment in time. If they want to push for the kill, doesn't look like they have it, unfortunately. Now Looney's in a Polymorph. Blizzo gets a double fear disarm combo. Blizzo has shut down after shutdown after shutdown in this matchup against Method Black. He is a one-man warrior army on a mission.
Yeah, and he's been doing a great job so far. Raikou does get topped off. He has Icy Veins rolling, but there's just not too much damage. Chaz goes for a Cyclone onto Maro. They need to get some crowd control onto Looney. It is the Life Cocoon. Full kidney shot lands, but Maro should be completely fine in this situation. The only way he goes down here is if they get the crowd control they need onto Looney. Interrupt on Chaz. Nicely done by Maro. Big damage from Wildcard Gaming. Raikou, can he hold on? He's trying to line of sight. Looney pushes in. Beautiful leg sweep into Ring of Peace. Now Raikou, he's still on the run. He's holding on to 10% health. Paralysis on Chaz. Wildcard Gaming, they extend the crowd control chain, but it looks like Raikou will manage to hold on.
It's going to cost Chaz a ton of mana, of which he has basically none remaining. Another counterspell. Maro with perfect offense. Blizzo gets blinded, but Maro doesn't need his help. Maro closes it out in game one.
This is one of the reasons I keep hyping him up as one of the best mages in the world. But then you look at this entire team, you look at how they play, and it feels like you could put them on any composition right now. It just doesn't even matter. They're just the best players in the world at what they're doing. All of them firing on all cylinders. Wildcard Gaming looks like one of the biggest threats to Method Black's dream to win a BlizzCon that I have ever seen.